Hey guys, welcome to M&M Plants. Today's video is about marigolds, one of those flowers that I highly recommend you should have in your garden. You can grow them in pots if possible, or you can straight away plant them in soil as in ground. And I have grown them in pots in the past, and this time I wanted to grow them in ground and see what results do I get. And there's a few that you can see. Look at the size of these blooms. I planted them all from seeds, from scratch, I would say, because I feel these are the easiest flowers one can plant from seeds. So if you have marigold seeds available in the nearest garden center, these are African marigolds, the ones with big blooms, heavy blooms. It is very important for you to get the correct variety, because if you get the dwarf ones, then no matter what you do, no matter how much ever fertilizer you give, your flowers won't be big in size. So the correct species is important. African marigold is this one. I am personally fond of orange marigolds more than yellow ones, but there are yellow ones available as well if you like yellow ones. And whenever you grow them in the ground, you have to make sure that you grow them in a spot where there is full day sun, heavy sun, because they love sun, direct sunlight. If they get direct sunlight, they will bloom heavily and they will always look fresh. And when it comes to watering, what I normally do is I would check the soil. So right now, if I check the soil, it's moist and wet because it did rain 2-3 days ago. So because the soil is wet and moist, I will not water this plant. The soil really needs to be dry, only then you should water it, otherwise there's no point of watering. Also, I will not water on the flowers or on the plant. I will water straight in the soil. I will not disturb the flowers, because if you put a lot of water on the flowers, that will just that's not good for the health of your flower, basically. Another thing is that I keep giving marigold regular fertilizer. Once in a month is regular for me. So what I would normally do is I'll just take some bone meal powder. There's blood and bone meal powder that's available in garden centers. You can just get some and just sprinkle it all over the soil, and then whenever you water your plants, it will just mix with the soil. So there's no special way of giving them the fertilizer, but once in a month is more than enough. This is what I would normally do. If you have loved the content so far, you can consider subscribing this channel and being part of this family. And you can always put some comments in the comment section below, so that if you're after a specific video or a specific guidance for gardening, I can always cover that in my next video. But also, there is one more reason I would love to have marigolds in my garden, is because these would keep the pests, the insects away from your garden, and also they are good attractors to pollinators. So if you are someone who loves growing veggies, like I have chilies over here, so if you are someone who would grow some veggies in your garden, it's good to have some pollinators. And if you have these heavy blooms in your garden, then it's easy for the pollinators and bees to be invited to your garden. The other thing that you can do is, for example, let's say I have a flower over here, so I'll just pluck it. And whenever you have a flower like this, whenever the flower dries, just open the flower with petals like this. So whenever the flower dries, I'll show you what is the seed basically for a marigold. So this is like one seed. These are seeds for marigolds, the white portion that you see, which is inside this green stuff. I don't know the exact name of what is this green thing, but it's inside the green stuff. They are the seeds for marigold. So whenever you have flowers, or if you see there's a flower in someone's garden, then it's okay to ask them and get just one flower. And when you open it and it's dried after a few days, just sprinkle it in your garden, and you'll see that so many marigolds will be there in your garden. So you really don't need to buy expensive plants. And marigolds, I think, are one of the cheapest plants available, at least here in Australia. I can see, like, I remember for $2 you get like a big pot of marigold. Sometimes you'll have two varieties in it. So it's a very cheap plant, but still, if you don't even want to invest that much, you can always grow them from seeds, which is what I do. It's very easy to grow them from seeds. Do get these in your gardens, because they will make your garden look very beautiful. Bye for now.